And they're off. Away they go for the 2024 running of the Bet365 Gold Cup, and running towards the first of 24 fences, and 3 under through 5 Annual Invictus amongst the leaders, with over on the far side is Nick Rocket and Rapper in gold sleeves going forward as well. Then in a noseband, Does He Know towards the right. Kitty's Light, last year's winner, in the leading 8 or 9, jumping the second, and Bangers and Cash made a very bad blunder there, and that was a very good sit indeed from Keelan Woods. On the back foot now, Bangers and Cash, and Flash Collange and Bryony Frost trailing in these early stages. 2 circuits to go. And Annual Invictus now comes through to take it up from 3 under through 5, and Rapper and Does He Know third and fourth. Certainly Red's on the outside of Lamilos, and then Nick Rocket and Am I Right and Kitty's Light. Then Enrillo out wide, Bangers and Cash recovering a little bit after that early blunder. Kinondo Cueto is round the inside just behind We've All Been Caught as they head downhill. In the second half, Enrillo. Then Cortland on the inside of Fortescue. Aimee Deji out wide, Minella Cocooner as well back with Slipway and Sam Brown. And just last, about 3 lengths off them, is Flash Collange. Onto this downhill fence, and 3 under through 5, and Annual Invictus taking it nearly together there. From Rapper on the inside of Does He Know. Then Lamilos is handy towards the inside of Certainly Red. After these is Nick Rocket and Am I Right and Bangers and Cash, who continues to make ground as they run into the back straight now at the first plane fence in the back. And Annual Invictus stood right off it on the outside of 3 under through 5. 4 or 5 lengths to Rapper in third, Does He Know, and then Lamilos jumping the next. Certainly Red was over next from Am I Right, and then Fortescue on the outside, and then Enrillo as they jump an open ditch. Seeing them over this one, Kitty's Light was a bit sticky back in the field. Flash Collange remains the back marker. Last but 1 is Cortland. Last but 2 is Kinondo Cueto. On halfway down the back straight, and 3 under through 5, and Annual Invictus again in the air together. Followed by Does He Know in the noseband, and on the inside is Rapper. Then Fortescue handy. Both the Henry Daly runners are very handy. Followed by Lamilos, and then Certainly Red. Am I Right in the yellow jacket, Rachel Blackmore towards the inside, followed by Nick Rocket. We've All Been Caught was just pushed along away from that fence. Kitty's Light in the centre with Bangers and Cash. And then Sam Brown further back, Slipway on the wide outside is Aimee Deji. Just inside him, Greensleeves is Enrillo as they jump the last of the 3 railway fences. Cortland is a little bit off the pace at the moment, but not as far off it as Flash Collange, who's really struggling. So turning right-handed, and it's Annual Invictus on the outside of 3 under through 5. Does He Know in third. Rapper is fourth. Then on the outside, Fortescue in the orange cap. Lamilos is back towards the inside, dark blue orange cap. Then Certainly Red in a white cap. Enrillo, Kitty's Light. And then on the inside is Am I Right, followed by Nick Rocket as they run towards the pond fence. Behind these, Sam Brown, Minella Cocooner. We've All Been Caught. Slipway is out widest as they jump this fence. Annual Invictus the first up. Cortland at the back with Kinondo Cueto. And it looks as though it has been pulled up. Flash Collange is out of the race. Turning into the home straight, over a circuit to go then. 3 under through 5 under champion jockey Harry Cobden on the far side of Annual Invictus and Freddie Gordon. They're together as they race on towards this open ditch now. Does He Know is third. Fortescue on the right. Enrillo on the left is Rapper chasing them at this open ditch. And the leaders sail over. Lamilos behind these from Certainly Red. Then Aimee Deji. Am I Right and Rachel Blackmore round the inside just ahead of Kitty's Light. And then further back, Nick Rocket, Bangers and Cash, Slipway wide. Minella Cocooner still held up towards the back with Sam Brown. We've All Been Caught, Kinondo Cueto, and Cortland is the back marker. Up the hill then towards this next right-hand turn, and still 3 under through 5 round the inside of Annual Invictus. A couple of lengths to Enrillo and Does He Know and Rapper. Flash Collange getting a round of applause as they run towards this right-hander down the hill. Behind the leaders, Certainly Red and Lamilos, and then Am I Right on the inside of Fortescue and Aimee Deji and Slipway, who's been out wide most of the way. Kitty's Light, last year's winner, is about halfway down the pack at the moment, about probably 9 or 10 lengths behind the leaders. Bangers and Cash alongside as they jump this downhill fence. And they're all safely over that one, still towards the back. Nick Rocket now with Minella Cocooner, Sam Brown just ahead of those. We've all been caught, Kanondo Quaitu and Cortland at the back under Sean Bowen. Into the back straight, the 7 fences down the back. 3 under through 5 and Annual Invictus by a couple of lengths to Certainly Red, who likes Sandown going into third. A mistake there from Does He Know. In fourth is Enrillo, Slipway, then Lamilos jumping the next. Am I Right, the inside of Aimé Deji, Rapper ridden on landing, then Does He Know and Fortescue and Sam Brown and Kitty's Light as they jump an open ditch. Annual Invictus again coming up wonderfully well there, and it's Annual Invictus from 3 under through 5. Certainly Red in third, Lamilos. As they race on towards the halfway point down the back straight. Enrillo is still there with them. Aimé Deji just behind Slipway there towards the outside. Am I Right is travelling well just behind them. And then Kitty's Light following Am I Right. Back to the railway fences. And this is 6 out in the Bet365 Gold Cup. Annual Invictus over in front from Certainly Red. A little nod on landing. Enrillo goes well. 3 under through 5. His stable companion on the inside. Then Lamilos. Am I Right now into about 6th place, catching the eye under Rachel Blackmore. Then Nick Rocket and Kitty's Light ridden into that. Minella Cocooner is making ground in a white cap from the back, Slipway out wide. Then Aimé Deji, Cortland, Kanondo Quaitu, further back to Rappo, who's lost his position. Sam Brown under pressure. So too We've All Been Caught, Fortescue, then Does He Know and Banners and Cash. It's a very open race as they race on towards the third last, the pond fence, and it's still Annual Invictus who leads. Certainly Red the white cap. The blue and orange is Lamilos. Enrillo in the green sleeves. Slipway, Aimé Deji. In behind them, Kitty's Light getting closer. Just behind Am I Right? And then Nick Rocket and 3 under through 5 over the pond fence. Certainly Red is challenging the long-time leader, Annual Invictus. Lamilos is third. Am I Right? Yellow jacket now being delivered by Rachel Blackmore. And so too Minella Cocooner on the outside. And Nick Rocket towards the inside as they race on towards the final fence. Annual Invictus, Certainly Red, Am I Right? Minella Cocooner from the back of the field. Then Nick Rocket and Lamilos. Annual Invictus up one more time. Minella Cocooner now the big danger. It's Annual Invictus and Minella Cocooner. Certainly Red. Nick Rocket stays on and Am I Right? Minella Cocooner on the near side. Wearing down Annual Invictus. Minella Cocooner is just gonna get up. Minella Cocooner on the near side of Annual Invictus. Nick Rocket back in third, then Certainly Red. Am I Right?
Danny Mullins, I'll tell you really quickly, Danny Mullins has just won the Bet365 Gold Cup a week after the Scottish Grand National, another huge prize. Just talk us through it.
Yeah, you know, plan A, B, C and D went out the window at the start. Stand and start, he can be a bit excitable and I didn't want to hunt him down to the first. And I'd say as near as last. Hopefully Willie wasn't watching that part of it, but you know, he's always drilled it into us, keep riding to win. Yeah. And hunting him and panicking at that stage wasn't going to be a winning ride. So we just went with it on the way around. Some very brave jumping from him on the second circuit. Took a bit of a bump at the second last, I think it was, and still got there, you know, to keep battling all the way to the line.
A last word from your perspective on the trainer, the British champion trainer.
Shouldn't be done, should it? He's just done it. Amazing. You know, to be a tiny cog in the wheel that is the Willie Mullins operation, it's something special to be a very small part of history, and credit to him if he could go and do it again. Thank you very much. No, that man there has taught me a lot over the years and turned losing rides into winning ones as well.
Well done.
Thank you.
Right, this is the man of the moment, and a debrief and a congratulations as well from Rich Ritchie, non-standing owner, and a congratulations from us here at Racing TV.
Thank you.
The champion trainer in Britain, the first Irishman to do it in 70 years. Just summarise the feeling right now, Willie.
Well, it's extraordinary. You know, the legend of the game, Vincent O'Brien, did it 70 years ago. No one ever dreamt that anyone would ever do it again. And here we are, you know, so it's just, I don't know how to feel. It's just, we'll enjoy it anyhow. We're going to start celebrating tonight. I don't know when it's going to stop.
Are these chaps coming too?
Well, they're all... It's extraordinary. Yeah, they're all guys from home, so they...
Did you, when you came here today, knowing that the chance was extremely strong of winning the title, I know that we spoke to you earlier and you didn't want to confirm it until it was said, did you acknowledge that there was likely to be this huge outpouring of goodwill?
Not the way it is today, but I mean, every meeting I've come that I've been to in England all season, in the autumn, winter and spring. It's just been goodwill, people welcoming me over, thanking me for bringing such nice horses over. And, you know, I've been bowled over by the amount of goodwill I've had from the racing fraternity in England and the punters in England. And, you know, it's all positive all the way. I'm sure there's other guys that say, you know, go home, but probably a few of my colleagues. But, yeah, it's just been tremendous. There's no Irish-English thing. It's just they want to see nice horses racing in good races.
And when you tried it, you tried a few years ago. I know that you would have had that quenched, the appetite to come back for this. At what point this season was the turning point where the ball got rolling and you thought this could be achievable?
After Cheltenham, we were within, what, $750,000. And I'm looking at the Grand National, I'm looking at my team for the Grand National, and I thought, wow, we have a great team for the Grand National. We could have something to win it, and if we won it, we're in a position. And I Am Maximus came up trumps with, so with Paul on board. And then we went to Ayr, trying to build on that to get in a position maybe to challenge here today. And then in Ayr, Danny produced Macdermott to win the Scottish Grand National, which was just extraordinary. And that put us in a real pole position. And Dan has been fighting Dan Skelton and Paul, but Dan is getting nearer all the time. And but when we looked at the figures today, unless we had a complete blowout and Dan won everything, you know, it was. But I hate grabbing the trophy and say we'll win and then get egg in your face, but anyhow, we did it.
And the last thing I want to ask you, I know that there are some very important people, professionally, personally, and everything in between to you here. Among your great achievements, where does this rank?
It has to rank as one of the best of all, you know, because this is the first time in my lifetime an Irish trainer has come and won the British Championship. Vincent O'Brien, the biggest legend in the game, he was the only guy to do it before that. You know, it's hard to better that, isn't it?
I'd say so. We'll be back next year. Willie, enjoy the night.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Watch live racing now on racingtv.com.